Hello and welcome back to day 2 of Back to Homeschool Challenge. So it's test time. Do you know the 5 styles of homeschooling? While you're thinking on that, let me go over the 4 basic subjects when I say the basic 4 of homeschooling. That is your language arts, including your reading, writing, and mechanics of your native language, math, history, and science. So those are the basic 4 if I ever say anything about that. Now, let's see if you remembered the homeschool styles. The first was traditional, the second was classical, unit study, then there's Charlotte Mason or literature based, and then the last one we talked about was freestyle or unschooling. Did you get them? That's okay if you didn't. You can always go back and listen to day 1, or you can go to my website at greatideas-4u.com, and I'll include a link. And that's my blog and I've written about those subjects. So today's topic is navigating the extras. Now this is beyond your basic 4. These are your things like the first part is about like the feast or the enrichment studies, your art study, your music study. Now not lessons, but talking about artists and musicians and listening to their music and looking at their paintings. Geography, handicraft, foreign language. Those are the types of things I mean with the feast or enrichment studies. So how do you want to approach them? That is your choice. You can go to the library and get books on the artist and look at their paintings in that, or you can go online and find them. A lot of YouTube things have musicians. Ambleside Online, you can type that in and you'll find their musician list for the year, and it'll already have the specific composers and songs that they want you to listen to. Or it might be, the method of presentation. Are you going to do a computer-driven CD-ROM for foreign language? Or Duolingo .com is free for doing foreign language. So you have to decide what's best for you, or do you want to do it from a book? It's up to you how you present it. Then the other thing that you have to look at are your extracurriculars. Now these are your things like your art and music lessons, or your sports, your co-ops, your field trips, your vacation. Those are the things that are in addition that are going to take you possibly away from home. So you've got to make sure that if you want to do those things, you schedule time for those. How many, you've got to decide how many per child you're going to allow to do. If you have multiple children, it's very difficult to have them in 2 or 3 different activities, where when you only have one child, you can run them a little bit easier. We always chose to do 1 activity per child, and it really worked out when my older 2 were younger, because the oldest wanted to do karate, and we talked to the karate instructor because we had several homeschoolers that wanted to do it, and he was willing to do an afternoon class, and so that kept us from tying up an evening when we could spend with Dad. And then what I did is I scheduled my daughter's art lesson for the same time, so that I had them both in an activity, and that was only one afternoon that I had interrupted. So you decide daytime activities, afternoon activities, if you can, or evening, if you can work those around. So your challenge is to make a list of the enrichment studies that you want to do and the approach that you want to do them in, and then your extracurricular. Decide, am I going to do just 1 activity per child, or what and what is it? Do we have co-op? And decide those dates, because you're going to need to know those dates later for the next challenge. So thank you for listening, and I hope you've learned a little bit. And if you would please subscribe, and have a blessed day.